What if one of the biggest camera launches of the decade comes from a company that has never even been a traditional mirrorless camera manufacturer? That is the question surrounding DJI right now. Sony, Canon, Nikon, and Panasonic have spent years competing for the attention of photographers and filmmakers, but DJI has quietly built something different. The company started by dominating the consumer drone market, then expanded into handheld cameras, gimbals, wireless microphones, action cameras, and creator-focused accessories. Now, persistent rumors suggest that DJI could be preparing to enter the full-frame mirrorless camera market. If that actually happens, the impact could be much bigger than simply adding another camera brand to store shelves. For decades, the traditional camera industry has been dominated by companies with long histories in photography. Sony has become known for sensor technology, autofocus, and its enormous mirrorless lens ecosystem. Canon continues to attract professionals with excellent autofocus, ergonomics, color rendering, and its huge RF lens lineup. Nikon has rebuilt significant momentum with cameras such as the Z8 and Z9, while Panasonic has established a strong reputation among filmmakers and hybrid shooters, particularly through its L-mount strategy. Each company has developed impressive products, but they are still largely competing around the camera itself. DJI could approach the problem from a completely different direction. Instead of asking only how many megapixels a camera can produce or how many frames per second it can shoot, DJI could focus on how the entire production process works. That distinction could become the most important part of the rumored DJI mirrorless camera. The company already controls several pieces of the modern creator workflow. It has drones for aerial footage, gimbals for stabilized camera movement, wireless microphones for audio, compact cameras for travel content, and software designed to connect many of these products. Adding a full-frame interchangeable lens camera could potentially complete that ecosystem. According to current rumors, DJI's first full-frame mirrorless camera could feature a sensor in the 44 to 45 megapixel range. That would immediately put it into serious high-resolution territory. A sensor with that kind of resolution could provide plenty of detail for commercial photography, portraits, landscapes, studio work, and professional video production. It could also offer enough flexibility for cropping while maintaining a high-quality final image. However, megapixel count alone would not make this camera revolutionary. The market already has plenty of high-resolution cameras. What would make DJI's entry interesting is how that sensor could work alongside the company's other technologies. One of the most frequently discussed possibilities is L-mount compatibility. If DJI adopts the L-mount system, the company would not necessarily have to build an entirely new lens ecosystem from scratch. The L-mount alliance already includes Leica, Panasonic, and Sigma, giving users access to a broad selection of lenses across different price categories. That could significantly reduce one of the biggest challenges faced by any new mirrorless manufacturer, convincing photographers that there will be enough lenses to support the system. For DJI, this could be a strategic move. Instead of trying to convince users to abandon their existing lens options, the company could enter an established mount ecosystem while concentrating its resources on camera technology, software, stabilization, and integration. Then there is the Hasselblad connection. DJI's relationship with Hasselblad has already influenced some of its premium imaging products, and rumors suggest that a future mirrorless camera could benefit from Hasselblad-related color technology or image processing expertise. If such integration actually appears in the final product, it could become a major selling point for photographers who care about color rendering and image character. Color science is one of those things that specifications cannot fully explain. Two cameras with similar sensors can produce noticeably different results because of how their processors handle colors, skin tones, highlights, shadows, and contrast. A DJI camera that combines high-resolution imaging with a distinctive Hasselblad-inspired rendering could attract photographers who want a different visual look without spending medium-format money. But the most interesting rumors involve artificial intelligence. DJI has already demonstrated that it understands intelligent tracking through its drones, gimbals, and compact cameras. A full-frame mirrorless camera could take that technology much further. Advanced AI-powered subject recognition could potentially identify people, animals, vehicles, or other subjects and continuously track them with greater precision. For sports and wildlife photographers, this could be extremely valuable. For filmmakers, it could provide more reliable subject tracking during complex camera movements. For solo creators, intelligent autofocus and automatic framing could reduce the amount of equipment and assistance required to produce professional-looking footage. The possibility of active cooling is another particularly interesting rumor. High-resolution sensors and advanced video recording create a lot of heat, especially when recording formats such as 8K or high frame rate footage. Traditional mirrorless bodies often have limited space for cooling systems because manufacturers prioritize compact dimensions. DJI, however, already has experience designing compact electronic products that require sophisticated thermal management. If DJI develops a full-frame body with an active cooling solution, the company could potentially offer longer recording times and more consistent performance under heavy workloads. That would be particularly attractive to filmmakers who record long interviews, events, documentaries, or commercial productions. And this is where the rumored camera starts to become more than a specification sheet. Imagine using the camera on a Ronin gimbal and having the camera, gimbal, and lens communicate seamlessly. Imagine the gimbal understanding the camera's subject tracking information and adjusting movement accordingly. Imagine switching from handheld shooting to stabilized movement without manually rebuilding the entire setup. Imagine DJI microphones automatically connecting to the camera, with audio settings and recording controls managed through the same ecosystem. These are the kinds of experiences that could differentiate DJI from traditional camera manufacturers. For now, the DJI full-frame mirrorless camera remains unconfirmed. But if DJI turns these rumors into a real product, the camera industry could be looking at one of its most interesting new competitors in years.